This video is for 7.2 box and whisker plots. On the top of the page here, we just get a reminder of what everything represents. We see that we have skewed left because the tail is longer on the left than the right. Symmetric, the tail is the same on both sides, or whisker if you want to call it that. Skewed right, the tail is longer on the right than the left. So that's just a reminder of what those represent. The homework part. Number 1. In exercise 1 and 2, make a box and whisker plot that represents the data. We have hours of sleep, 7, 9, 8, 8, 8, 6, 6, 5, and 4. We want to put these in order from smallest to biggest first. So we're going to have 4, that gets rid of that one, 5, then 2 6s, a 7, 3 8s, and a 9. Those are all the numbers now in order from smallest to biggest. Okay, so what's our smallest number? Our smallest number is 4. So that is our first point right here. That'll be a 4. And I'll just put that right here. Instead of drawing a number line, I'm just going to draw that. What is our highest number? Our highest is 9. So I'm going to put that out here. Okay. Now what's our middle number? Well, if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the middle number is going to be right in the middle there, and that will be actually 7. Okay, I'll change the color on that so it's obvious it's a different thing. So our middle number is 7. And that's a little closer to 9 than 4, so I'm going to put it right here. Now we need to find the middle of this bottom set of numbers. To do that, we want to ignore the median. Okay, we take that middle number out, and we want to find the middle number of all of these numbers. Right here, not counting the median. So there's 4, so we're just going to take the number right between the 5 and the 6, which would be what? 5.5. You can add them together and divide by 2. So that number will be 5.5. So we're going to put a dot right here. 5.5. And the number up here, we have, again, 4 numbers, but what's between 8 and 8? Well, it's just 8. So that's going to be right in the middle of that one. So there's our numbers. This will go as a line, and this will be a line, and then we just create a box right here, and there's our median. And that's how we do a box and whisker plot. Let's go to the next one. The algebra test scores are, and it gives us the test scores. Our first thing to do is to put them in order from smallest to biggest. In order from smallest to biggest, we get 63, and then 71, 76, 82, 84 twice, 88, and then 92 and 96. There's all our numbers from smallest to biggest. Okay, so now if we were to go in and find the the lowest number, what is that? Our lowest number is 63. Okay, so here's our lowest number, 63. So I'm going to do my first dot right at 63. And you would normally do this on the number line. What's our top number? Top number is 96. So I'm going to put another dot out here at 96. It's a big old dot. And then somewhere is the middle number. What's our middle number? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that leaves me with this 84 is my middle number. And the only way to find that middle number is to just simply count. Okay? Or that's the easiest way, I would say. So 84. Now, how could I find it mathematically? Well, how many numbers were there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Half of 9 is 4.5. So we go in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there it is. It's the next number. All right. Okay, so now we need to find our first quartile. And again, we don't want to even look at this. And we're taking just this group of numbers right here. So our middle number is going to be right here, right in the middle, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. And what's right between 71 and 76? That would be 73.5. How would I know that? You add them together. 71 plus 76 is 147. 147 divided by 2 is 73.5. And we do the same thing over here to find the third quartile. So we find the number that's right between 88 and 92, and that is exactly 90. So here's our box and whisker plot. Our 2 outside dots are our whiskers. Here's our box, as straight as it is. And there's our median. That's how you do number 2. Number 3. The box and whisker plot represents the prices in dollars of soccer balls at different sporting goods stores. Find and interpret the range. Well, the range is just the max minus the min. Well, what's our maximum? Our maximum is $24.50. So $24.50 minus, what's our minimum? Our minimum is $8.50. And that tells us that the range is $16. And what does that mean? What is $16? If we're going to interpret that, what does that mean? It means that the prices don't vary by more than $16. No soccer ball price is more than $16 apart. That's all it means, is interpret. Just state the obvious, that the lowest and the highest price are only $16 apart. Everything else is less than that apart. Okay, describe the distribution of the data. Well, here's 25% right here. So 25% of the data or prices are between $8.50 and $11.25. Okay, now the next most common thing is to do 50%. We do 25, 50, and 25. And what about this? This is our interquartile range, this 50% of the data right here. So 50% is between 11 and 25. and 2025. And the last 25% is between 2025 and 2450. Okay, find and interpret the interquartile range. Well, the interquartile range is just simply Q3, which is right here, Q3 minus Q1, which is right here, Q1. And in our case, what would that be? That would be 2025 minus 1125. So the interquartile range is 9. And what does that 9 mean? It means the middle half of the prices don't vary by more than $9. Okay, they won't vary by more than $9. Are the data spread out below Q1 or Q3? Which one is spread out more? Well, what's the range here? Okay, if we look at right here, the range between this whisker and this whisker below Q1 is a certain amount. And then the range between Q3 and the upper, that distance is another amount. And you'll find when you find that distance, I'm not going to do it, I'm going to let you do that one on your own. Just take the top number, 1125 minus 850, very simple. You'll find that the number above Q3 is more spread out. Another way to do it visually, and if you want to explain that one, you can. That whisker is longer than the bottom one, so it just means it's spread out more. Okay? So however you want to explain it. Number 4, double box and whisker plots. Okay, so we're just comparing two things. This double box and whisker plot represents the number of tornadoes per month for a year for two states, State A and State B. A, identify the shape of each distribution. Okay, well, the State A is symmetric, or at least it appears pretty symmetric. State B appears more skewed to the right. How do we know that? Because the whisker on the right is longer, therefore this one is skewed right. Okay. B, which state's tornadoes are more spread out? Okay. In order to find out more spread out, you say which one has a greater range. The range on this one goes from 0 to 14, so the range is 14. This one goes from 4 to 27, and that's a lot more than 14. Okay, that would be what? 27 minus 4 is 23. So the range, State B, is much, much bigger. And just to make sure we don't have any outliers, the interquartile range is also more spread out. Okay, so either way you want to explain it, the range for State B, or the spread out, the State B is spread out more. And number C, or letter C, which state had the single least number of tornadoes in a month during the year? Well, State A, because it has 0. It's the only state that had 0. This one had, the minimum was 4. So State A is the one that had the lowest amount of tornadoes in a given month. So this is how you do 7.2. Hopefully it helps.